Hey everybody, welcome back. Whatever time of the day it is that you're watching, whether it's 8 in the morning because you woke up and said, hey, I want to start my U.S. history off and get everything done today, whether it's 2 in the afternoon, whether you watched 8 hours of Netflix and you finally said, all right, I've had enough Office for the day, or whether it's 2 in the morning and you just finished playing a game of Fortnite. Welcome back. Going through really what the expectations are going to be in this really unusual time and these unusual circumstances. So, yeah, really, this is completely unprecedented. It is something that I certainly never thought of having to do and get through. But really, what I wanted to do in this first video was talk about expectations for the online, the distance, whatever you want to call it, type of education. Now, for some of you, this is going to be completely new. People who are younger that have never taken an online class, this is going to be a brand new thing for you. Those of you who are upperclassmen, maybe you've taken an online class, but now you're going to pretty much completely online and virtual education. It's going to be something that's new. It's going to be something that is going to require a little different education, I'll say. But talking about expectations, and my expectation isn't that it's going to be like you're in your normal U.S. history and POD, where you're going to be coming in and working on U.S. history or whatever class you're taking for me for the entire 50-minute class period like you normally would. I know your lives are changing so much, and my life is changing as well, and I know a lot of you are having to take care of younger siblings. You're having to cook meals for them. You're having to clean the house. You're still working. So I understand all that stuff is going to be going on. But well, the one thing I do want to say is that there does need to be daily interaction, which means you're going to have to be working on U.S. history, you're going to have to be working on POD, you're going to have to be working on math and English, and you're going to have to be working on it every single day. And this is going to be something that is going to be different in all the classes. But just make sure that you are slowly working and you are slowly chipping away at this, because there is going to be something where you have to be working on it every single day and improving that you're working on it every single day. But, you know, my thoughts and my requirement isn't going to be that you're going to have to work for the 50 minutes. Really, my goal is that you're working really for about 20 minutes a day. And if you do that, you will be just fine. Just like I've really had in the beginning of the year, and then I think you guys have understood this about me, is all I'm asking of you is just to give your good, honest effort at these material. I don't think the material that I'm going to be giving you is going to be all that crazy, all that difficult to understand. Not going to be like you're reading stuff from the 1700s like we did at the beginning of the year. Everything is going to be more current. But just make sure that you're working on it every single day and you're giving that good, honest, good faith effort, and everything is going to turn out and everything is going to be just fine. But it's a good idea really to set yourself up with a schedule. I know when we think, oh, we don't have school, I can stay up till 4 in the morning, I can sleep until noon. It's going to be hard for people that are going to be changing up their schedule to be able to keep up with everything. So I'd say it's a good idea. Set up a schedule that, all right, I'm going to wake up at 9 o'clock. I'm going to work from 10 to noon, setting aside some time to make sure that you are going to be working. But setting up that schedule, working at it every single day, and giving your good, honest faith effort is going to be something that's going to be really the requirement. And I think if you do that, everyone is just going to be just fine. So now talking specifically about what that means in your class. So now talking specifically about U.S. history and how the expectations aren't really going to change too much. But I want you to first finish up Chapter 9. So there's two different things you can do to finish up Chapter 9. The first one is you can still work on the project that a lot of you had already started and get that done and get that turned in and completed. And once you're done, I'm going to create an opening or create an assignment on to turnitin.com for you to do that. The second thing, you can still do the test. It is going to be a little bit difficult, I would say, a little bit different. You're going to have to be typing everything onto a Google Doc, and essentially what I'm going to be having you do for that one, it's going to be open book, it's going to be open note, open internet, open research. I'm just saying that because I know if I post it on there and say it's a test, people are going to do that anyway. So the expectation is going to be that you're giving more information on that test because it is open book and open note and open research. So it still is going to be completely up to you to do whatever one that you want to, but just know we're going to start out by finishing Chapter 9 with World War I, with you being able to do any of those assignments of doing the test or the project. What is going to happen is everything is now going to be in a digital format. So in a lot of your other classes, you have done some you've done a lot of things on Google Classroom. So we're going to go almost entirely to using Google Docs, the Google Suite, and everything is going to be posted onto Google Classroom. Now, as far as your notes, that's not going to change really all that much. I'm still going to have the Chapter 10 plan up and listed. I'm still going to pretty much have all the assignments that go along with each of those. It's just the way that you're turning in that assignment now that's going to start to change. Now, because it's different where in class you're up here, you're showing me your notes and I'm asking you your questions, we're going to get rid of that part where I'm going to be asking you your questions and you're just going to be turning in essentially your research on each of these different topics that go along with the video. So on Google Classroom, for each of the videos, there is going to be a Google form or a quiz essentially that is going to be for you to fill out and answer your notes. Now, still the same expectations. Make sure you are giving good detail. Make sure you're giving a good amount of information. I don't want to see one sentence short answer questions. I want to see you putting in a little bit more information into it because, as a lot of you know, I extend the content as I talk to you. But just know your notes are going to all still be online. They're still going to be posted onto Google Classroom. It's just now you're going to be turning it into a Google form or quiz type thing with a short answer. And this is all new to me. I'm hoping it doesn't just pop up and say a 0 right away because I don't have an answer key listed on there because there's many different things that you could put for each one. But just know that's how you're going to be using all those for your notes. And the next thing with your assignments, everything also has transition now to being in Google Docs. So make sure you're using the Classroom app. I believe all of you have access to it, but everything now is going to be digitalized, so you can just go on there and you can answer the questions. Now, as I've done the last couple of times, I try to separate it and put the questions below the text. So that way you don't have 12 questions and you have 2 pages to try to find them. So I am still trying to make it as easy and as simple as possible for you. But just know that that's going to be a little bit of change of answering those questions onto Google Forms and with Google Docs.